Let me start off with a bit of controversy. Most network marketers fail because they're waiting for motivation. And guess what? Motivation is overrated and will destroy your business. Hello, I'm Maz Avidal, and I'm passionate about helping networkers like you improve your leadership and marketing skills. In this video, I'll cover how to build a big team in network marketing by overcoming a common pitfall I used to fall victim to, and that I see too many networkers thinking. I'll reach out to prospects when I feel ready, or I'm just waiting to be more motivated. If you're thinking this stuff, you're already setting yourself up for failure. I encourage you to stick around to the end because I'm going to give you 5 crunchy activities that you can start using immediately to stop looking for ways to become motivated and instead instill discipline into your network marketing business building process. By the way, this is video number 3 in a series that digs into the dangerous aspects of network marketing that kill all chances of becoming successful in this industry. So check out the entire playlist to learn them all. And I'd be honored if you would subscribe to my channel so you never miss a future video training, and share this video with your upline, downline, sidelines, friends who need to hear this type of message. All right, let's dig in and first discuss why relying on motivation or seeking motivation is a fool's game. Think about how many times you've started a new marketing strategy or joined your opportunity full of motivation, only to find yourself stuck or unproductive a week later. That's because motivation is temporary. It's tied to how you feel in the moment. It's superficial. I remember a specific time in my network marketing journey a few years ago where I fell into deep despair. My wife and I went to one of my company's big events in Palm Springs, California. I got all jacked up about how I was going to get rich in the next few weeks. I was motivated, man. On the 2-hour drive back home, I was already thinking about all the reasons why this was not going to work for me. I went from a motivated idiot to a dejected networker who knew he didn't have the proper business building skills in a matter of minutes. Sound familiar? In contrast to relying on motivation, discipline doesn't depend on how you feel. Discipline is about doing the work no matter what. Successful network marketers are not more motivated, they're just more disciplined. And if you want to get around a community of people like me who will continuously teach you these types of leadership skills, as well as how to get free network marketing leads with social media without spamming anyone or bugging your family or Facebook friends, I've put a link in the pinned comment and description to our free digital recruiting bootcamp series that teaches you how to use social media to attract new customers and team members every single week. Let me give you another idea around discipline versus motivation, and that's my dad's story. When I grew up, my dad never really talked to me about motivation versus discipline. He showed me the difference between motivation and discipline. You see, my dad was a teacher. He was actually the band director at our school. As a kid, I vividly remember watching him day after day after day, getting up, going to work, coming home. We'd have dinner as a family, and multiple nights during the week, he'd go back to the school and do more rehearsals with his band. He just did it. He never called anybody and said, hey, guys, we can't do it today because I'm not feeling the motivation. Not once did I see him not do a rehearsal he put on the calendar. Everything he put out that he was going to do, he did it. He made a commitment and he went and did it. He was just disciplined, right? That is the way to operate your life. And he was the same way in his personal life with us as a family. If he made a promise to any of us, it got done. You never saw my dad wake up in the morning and go, I know I promised you guys I would do this, but I'm just not motivated today, so let's just put this off. No, he was disciplined. And he never talked to me about it. I watched him, and that's a lot of where I get my own discipline. But what if you don't have discipline? What if you didn't have a parent who showed you that way of living and way of thinking? That's okay. You can develop it. But how do you develop it, right? That's the question. So let's break it down in the 5 specific steps that you can start using today to become more disciplined in your life and in your business. So number 1, what you want to do is set non-negotiable daily targets for yourself. This means to establish small daily tasks that are, what I just said, non-negotiable. What does non-negotiable means? It means that when you establish them and you say you're going to do them, you just do them. Doesn't matter how you feel, okay? This might be reaching out to a set number of prospects every single day or every single week. It might be posting a certain number of social media posts every single week. The key is consistency. And here's the way to win at this, to make a non-negotiable task work in your life. Each of these tasks that you come up with, they got to be easy enough to do even when you're feeling low energy. Like, for example, Every day, maybe yours is to reach out to 5 new people, no matter how you feel. You're building a habit of discipline, not waiting for inspiration. But if to you, reaching out to 5 new people a day, even on a low energy day, you can still see yourself doing, that's perfect. Okay, if not, then make it 1. Make it something you know you'll do. And then if you feel like doubling what your number is or whatever on a day where you have amazing energy, great. But the non-negotiable number in this case that I'm picking is 5. You select yours. If it's 1, go with 1 until you can develop the habit and develop the discipline to keep doing it. The second thing is to use time blocking to create your routines. Time block specific hours of the day dedicated solely to networking, connecting on social media, creating social media content, or doing follow-up calls. This makes it easier to develop consistency because it's part of your daily routine, kind of like going to work every day, right? Or brushing your teeth every day, or taking a shower every day. Here's an example. Set aside 1 to 2 hours every day, say 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., for business building activities. Discipline is about showing up at that time, no matter what else is going on. It's like my dad going back to the rehearsals every other day, it seemed like, even when he might not have felt motivated to do it, right? Number 3, you want to use the 5-minute rule. This is something that's helped me immensely in my life. The 5-minute rule is when you don't feel like doing something, just commit to doing it for 5 minutes. It brings all the anxiety down about it. I can do it for 5 minutes, right? But more often than not, what I find is you'll keep doing it a little bit more once you've gotten started. An example of this might be when you don't feel like making those follow-up calls, just say, I'll do it for 5 minutes and then I can go watch Netflix, okay? But once you start, you kind of get into the routine of doing it and you'll usually keep going. Number 4, focus on the process, not the results. Discipline thrives when the focus shifts from immediate results to the actual process that you're doing itself. I encourage you to learn how to fall in love with the daily actions. An example of this is, don't worry about whether everyone says yes, okay? They're not going to anyway, but focus on the fact that you reached out to 5 new people today, even if they all said no. Just the fact that you did the activity and developed more discipline today, that's a win that you want to jot down for yourself. Number 5, track your progress every single day. I encourage you to use a simple tracking system. It could be a notebook, an app, or a whiteboard, whatever works for you to track your daily tasks. Checking things off, it definitely creates a sense of accomplishment that drives the discipline. It makes you want to check mark off tomorrow's stuff as well. An example of this is track the number of people you connect with every day and celebrate hitting your goal, even if it's a small win. With me in working my YouTube channel here, I've got a whiteboard here in my office where I've written down all the videos I want to make over the next few months. And as I make them, I go over there and I check mark them off. Once this video gets uploaded and you're watching it, it's going to have a check mark next to it on my whiteboard. And that feels great. It's helped me create more discipline here. Okay. So this will work no matter what you're doing. Now, let me repeat what I said earlier. In contrast to relying on motivation, discipline doesn't depend on how you feel. Discipline is about doing the work no matter what. Successful network marketers are not more motivated. They're more disciplined. So remember, if you want to build a big team in network marketing, stop relying on motivation. Focus on building discipline by setting those non-negotiable daily targets. Use time blocking to create routines. Use the 5-minute rule. Focus on your process, not the results, and track that progress. It will help you to hold yourself accountable. It will instill discipline inside of you. You'll see motivation for the folly that it is. Listen, you can do this no matter how undisciplined you think you are right now. Becoming disciplined in your network marketing business will bleed into the rest of your life as well. Your family is going to notice a change. Your team will notice the change. More people will want to follow you. Not only will your team members act differently based on your amazing example that you set, but so will your spouse, your children, and just anyone else around you. It reminds me of the way the Israelites followed Moses and then Joshua, when those 2 men remained disciplined in following God's instructions. And when Moses or Joshua failed to listen to God's instructions, they faltered and the people faltered. It's the discipline you use by following the instructional tips I'm giving you in this video that will help you lead yourself into the promised land of business success. Remember, we cannot lead others until we can lead ourselves. It's impossible. Let me ask you something. Did you get value from this content? If you did, would you please subscribe so you'll always know when I post new training like this, and share this with your upline, downline, sidelines, and friends who you know need to hear this kind of message. And do you have any questions or comments? Comment below. And if you want to up-level your online marketing skills, go through the Digital Recruiting Bootcamp series that I put down below in the pinned comment and description to get the entire picture of how to get leads for your network marketing business through social media. That's it for now. Look out for the 4th installment of this series soon, which will hit on how feelings are destroying most network marketing businesses. Signing off.